Thousands of those flavored ones used in e-cigarettes banned so that kids don't get hooked on nicotine.
But what does that mean for local business and vape shops here in the Valley and across the entire state? And we know really they are all over the place. Let's turn now to Ernie LeBeau. She joins us this morning from a vape shop, and we know a lot of vape owners are not happy this morning.
Yeah, a lot of vape owners are concerned because this is their livelihood. I'll actually speak to one who she and her husband basically put their savings into this, and it helps them take care of their family and have a little bit more flexibility. We're at GK's Vapor Pub in Phoenix, and I have Katie Bertel here. She and her husband own 4 vape shops in the Valley. Now, Katie, first tell us a little bit about your shop and how you guys got started.
My husband was a smoker for a long time. We actually both were. He started making e-liquid on our own, and then we found a company that helped us make it in a lab. From there, we started selling it to shops, and then we ended up buying 2 of our shops that were customers of ours. And then since then, we've opened 2 of our own. So this is our newest one here. We've had this now for a year. Okay. We have 9 employees.
So when we're talking about vaping, there's this big push to push this ban, not a ban on all e-cigarettes, but we're talking about the fruit, the candy flavor, the mint and menthol. When you look at your shelving and your product here, if that ban were to take place, what would you have left up here?
We would have 1 flavor left.
Show us that flavor.
That would be Cowboy. It's a straight tobacco, and I don't like it.
And you said it doesn't taste that good.
It doesn't taste good. It tastes like you're chewing on a cigarette.
So essentially, if this ban was implemented, it would put your family out of business.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so
along with all of our employees.
There's also the debate that a lot of kids are enticed to these fruity flavors and things like that. When I'm looking at your packaging doesn't look like something that, you know, has cartoons or looks like candy. You specifically chose to pick this type of product that doesn't have that.
Correct. We've said no to multiple companies. We've never carried companies that have, like Candy King. We've never carried that in our stores before. These are what we look for in a company. Simple, plain, adult labels, and good flavors, because adults do like flavors. It's a fact.
Right.
Over 200 flavors that we have here, 1 of them is a straight tobacco.
So you'd have 1 product left if this ban were to take place immediately.
Yes.
There is also the issue that these products aren't really, there's not a lot of regulation with them. There's not a lot of research done. We're talking about hundreds of deaths, a few sicknesses that we're saying may be linked to vaping. But when you hear this and the government not really having any concrete research and evidence, but willing to implement a ban, what goes through your mind?
It makes me angry. I think it's gross negligence on the part of our government. They do know that it is black market THC products that are making people sick, not nicotine e-liquid. Okay. It angers me every time I see an article, a news story that says vaping. That's why I contacted you guys, actually.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you shedding some light on this issue, giving us another perspective. Another thing that Katie brought to my attention was she said that they even have some kids try and come into the shop and they immediately turn them away, but they're saying a lot of these kids are getting these vaping products on the street. So, and there's also the risk, or some say that if this ban is to take effect, that there could create more of a black market for these products, but it should take several weeks before we actually see anything officially done. And I'll send it back to you guys.
You know what, let me ask you this, Ernie, because there's questions about, and she touched on it, that the government doesn't necessarily know what's going on here, and they're investigating, trying to figure out what the problems are. Can you ask her if she would be up for just a ban in place until they figure out what these problems and where these problems are coming from?
Javier had the question. He said, would you be in favor of a ban in place until further research is done and they know exactly what the problem is, or what would your suggestion be?
We would have to close. And I'm afraid that our customers will go back to smoking. And I think in the long run, that's what the government wants, unfortunately, because they make so much money from the tobacco taxes.
Wow, great perspective there. There you guys have it.
All right, Ernie, thank you so much.